Well, welcome back to another episode of Mundelein Minute. Siri is trying to join in. It is the 8th of June, which kind of blows my mind.
We missed last week.
We missed last week. I'm sorry.
It's both of our faults.
Yeah. Last week was a crazy week. These
Kids
out of school.
Kids out of school.
Just all
My
of
dog
it.
had surgery last week, so that was Tuesday.
Well, my cats are having surgery soon. I think that's next week or week after.
How does this happen?
Yeah.
So we're sorry, but we are people too.
I hear, what's his name from The Price is Right about getting your animals spayed and neutered, because that's what we're doing to the cats.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
It's
We had
time.
my dog's teeth pulled because they were like rotten, and
Yeah.
so we had to get them out.
Do they get dentures?
That's what we said. We should get her prostheses teeth,
Yeah.
but no, she just eats soft food now.
Oh,
Poor thing.
poor thing.
Poor thing.
How old is she? 2?
10. No, that's my daughter is 1. My dogs are old.
Oh,
My daughter also
Okay.
eats soft food too.
that's true. That's true. That cake was
She likes
Oh
cake.
my gosh,
She likes carbs actually.
who doesn't?
She is smart. She's
Yeah.
smart. So we're sorry we missed last
Yeah,
week.
sorry about last week.
But we didn't miss a board recap. We didn't.
Right.
Nothing crazy has happened that we needed
Right.
to update on.
So we are talking this week about,
I better sit up before my mom yells at me.
before your mom yells at
slouching.
you.
Sorry,
We
Mom.
are talking about staff. And
Who are they?
Who
Sorry,
is
again.
this staff that we talk about? And you hear the term thrown around quite a bit at Village Hall, and
And like in meetings, we'll talk
Yep.
about staff handling it.
right.
What does that mean? Or staff working on something. What does that mean?
And staff is just what it sounds like. The staff of the village.
It's a really good definition.
It really is.
It's a really good definition.
When I think of it, I tend to think more of our department heads.
Yeah.
And there's a few key people within the village that, like we jokingly talk about Cindy or
Yeah.
the other administration staff that sure Eric Gunther could be gone for the day, but when the administration
wouldn't
staff
notice.
is gone, yeah, we would notice for sure.
Yeah, but if Cindy was gone, big trouble.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wendy,
basically, let's think about how many. We were kind of like winging this because we weren't sure how this would evolve into this conversation about staff.
Right. So
We never script these, by the way. Also, you didn't do your preface.
Oh, yes. Thank you. So we'll go back
What
to
a
staff in a
mess.
second. So this is my house, my cameras, my microphone, and I say that because I want it to be clear that there's absolutely no taxpayer dollars involved with the creation
Where's
of
your
this.
new lights? I was going to show
they're-
how nerdy you are. Eric
Yes,
got these
my nerdy
lights
lights,
now that
they're-
we can.
You'll see them soon. We'll add them in.
His poor
And,
wife. His poor wife.
His poor wife is right. Oh wait, that's mine. Oh.
Yeah, that's
so,
you.
So this podcast is created just as a communication tool for us. We promised when we were running for trustee that we would have better communication, and
So we're trying.
We're trying.
But we are still human, so.
Correct. And we also forgot to say, my name is Eric Schwank, and I am a trustee in the Village of Mundelein. And who are you?
I'm Kara, and I'm also a trustee in Mundelein.
Perfect.
Holy cow.
Holy cow. So staff, our village staff, we tend to talk about either departments or department heads. We have some extremely well qualified individuals that work for the village. And it was something that I didn't really know about until I got into this position.
Yeah.
And how we talk about how they are SMEs, subject matter experts, and they really are. When it comes to items with public works, Adam Boucher is the department head.
Yeah, like he is an engineer, and he will engineer your head off.
And it shows.
And it gets very
Yep.
complicated, and you're like, can you please give me this in simple terms, please?
But I do appreciate with Adam is that he can give it to you in simple terms too.
Yeah.
And he has the forethought to ask you, well, do you want this answer or this answer? And I can answer both of those for you.
Yeah.
Obviously,
and you see that with Adam, like when we talk about the whole new public works facility, like he basically headed up all of that, which we didn't have to hire someone to do that. So like
we
he did it himself.
a ton of money.
Yeah.
By
Using
doing
in-house
all of
services.
that.
Yeah.
Yep, in-house, absolutely.
Yeah. So who else we got?
I was thinking about our police chief and our fire chief. When we talked about doing this episode, those were two that came to mind, and mainly Chief Monahan for the police department, because we did have a say in hiring him.
Yeah.
And I can speak to his background the leadership trainings that he's been through, his college education. I've seen his resume and all of that, and sat down and asked some questions.
Right. And we had good candidates apply for that.
We did.
Which also speaks to the testimony of the departments as a whole, because the fact that we had a lot of external applicants come and apply for the police chief position shows that our departments are like set up for success.
Correct. And then we have a succession plan.
Yeah.
And that it works. And one of the things that spoke to me a lot when we were interviewing for a police chief and Chief Monahan was that the taxpayers of Mundelein invested in him and his education, and we should capitalize on that in the future if he's the right candidate for that position, which I believe he was.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And Chief Lark is in the same, because he is a firefighter and a paramedic. He has that advanced training. He has all of those qualifications. And when as a board, I'm just a flight attendant, right? So I say that jokingly.
I hate that description of you. Eric's a dad, a real estate agent. He also if you could look at his basement, he redid his whole house. So he's not just a flight attendant.
But my experience is not in
no one that's elected is ever going to be an expert in all of the departments and all the intricacies of how it works. In my mind, the role of our job is to guide staff to the end goal. Correct. And how it gets there is details we might not necessarily be involved in.
Whoa, that was a big crash from upstairs. Again, welcome to my house. But you're absolutely right. So our staff is great for
I don't hear any crying, so it wasn't.
No, I don't hear any crying. But our staff is great for bouncing things off of. Yeah, they're great at answering questions.
They're super responsive.
Absolutely.
They're really easy to talk to, which I appreciate. I don't want the answer I want to hear. I want to know what it really is. So we talked about fire, police, public works, and then probably the one that gets a lot of heat the most of the time is community development.
Community development does get a lot of heat, and Amanda Orinchuk is our director.
And she is a planner.
She's director of community development.
Yeah, and so her background is in urban planning.
And we have a couple of other planners on staff. We actually just brought in a new one, part-time planner.
Yep.
And we do, and it's actually one of the things I've learned while going through the creation of the TIF district on the south side of Mundelein on the south end there, was that one of the items that you can use to develop a TIF is when that land was developed, if it had the benefit of a planner. And we didn't have a planner. So that was one thing that was actually in favor of us creating the TIF moving forward, was we didn't have anybody on staff back then that did this work.
And now we have, however, I will say that our community development team is small.
It is small compared to, when you look at, we're the largest village in Lake County.
We're the largest.
We're the largest village in Mundelein. Yes, duh. But we are the largest village in Lake County, and we have a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of open land for development, but we have had open land for development.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's starting to not be.
And we've definitely used the expertise of our planning department in creating comprehensive plans, in creating these guides, creating the North Lake Enhancement Project,
or your beautification project. What is that called? Your building standards project that you did with community development. That's something that they would help, that you did with their input. And
I learned a lot on that one.
I feel like we always learn a lot from them whenever we're in a meeting. Community development can be sort of complex because a lot of it is legalities and land use and laws and all this stuff. And
oh my gosh, I'm just going to grab it. Hold on.
What? Oh boy. Where's he going? What's he getting? Oh boy. He's got books.
I have books.
Oh,
so I had to get up and get books. Yep. So this is Walkable City Rules. I read this one, just kind of learning about how to make a walkable city. This one's really good. It's called Walkable City, How Downtown Can Save America One Step at a Time. So this is a good one. The 99% Invisible City. This is from the podcast.
Oh, yeah,
with Roman Mars, 99% Invisible. So great books that talk about placemaking, that talk about land use, that talk about community development.
So if you're ever bored and need something to do,
reach out. I got books you can borrow.
There are some books, but it goes to show that there is sort of like, even though there are a lot of laws around community development, there are some things that can help guide them. And like, our planners are pretty good at their job. But also, I just want to point out that community development is pretty accessible. So if you ever have questions that we can't answer, or you don't like our response or whatever, I don't know, Amanda has like made herself available.
She's been great.
Yeah. And so she, if you ever are wondering why something is the way it is, like just reach out to her, and I know she'll answer. My experience with her is that she's so accessible, and she's been really like helpful as we learn and come up to speed on what we're doing. So reach out to Amanda.
Yeah, Amanda's been great at that. Just commenting on noise, there's now vacuuming going on upstairs while we record a podcast. But
we kind of knew that today would be like kind of a mess going when we recorded this, because I have a meeting like
8 minutes in
8 minutes, and Eric is like literally his schedule is filled.
No
and so we
today.
but we wanted to like get in and make sure that we talked a little bit about our departments and what staff meant. Also wanted to make sure that no one thought we were going away. We just had a really busy week last week. And then let's talk about what's coming up.
Well, wait, we still have some.
Oh, let's go. Fine.
We have some more departments.
No, we. Oh yeah, we do. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, there's finance. And Doug is quite the expert on finance, and he's
but that's
not
something
alone.
else. That's something else. So that like you always talk about municipal math.
Municipal math.
Governmental finance is different than any. I mean, I have a master's. I have my MBA, and going through municipal finance.
Yeah, and we had a whole video on our budget and on the municipal math and how there's different funds and how those funds play into the municipal math of our budget.
Yeah.
And Doug does a great job of, one, understanding it, two, keeping it all in line, and three, explaining it to us when we have questions.
Yeah, we sat down with Doug
last year. No, it was the year before.
It was right after we were elected.
Pre-corona.
Pre-COVID.
Yep.
And it was probably 2.5 hours of him going over how budgets are determined, how everything has its own bucket, and he like really just simplified it down to like, okay, it's pretend like you have 12 bank accounts or whatever the number is.
The bucket analogy works.
And they can't help each other out. So like once you have this bank account, it's got to stay in this bank account. And that was really telling for me. So people always ask, well, why can't you spend money from this on this? Well, by state statute, you can't.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Finance. That's it. Right. Well, then you have like HR. You have
the
other thing that I think people forget about is that we're an employer. The city is an employer.
We're in the top 10 employers in the village of Mundelein.
Yeah. So we have an HR department that oversees it. There's IT that does all the things.
And IT does literally all of the things. It's not just the computers at Village Hall.
Right.
They're also rolling in this new ERP system. They take care of the technology that's in the police cars and at the police department and the onboard computers inside the snowplows. And there's literally technology throughout everything to ensure that we're up
running
to speed
and running efficiently.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our IT department is it's small in comparison, but when
I would say that our whole staff, as we're using this term now, is small. We operate a super lean organization. We do, and people wear a lot of hats. Yeah, for what is our budget? 56 million, 57, 50. So if you think about it for a $57 million organization, like if you were taking out government, I think our staff is like 100 or something. 185 people. So small. Right. For a $57 million organization, I don't think you would find something that small in the private sector. And the big three out of that of our employee groups are Public Works, Police Department, and Fire Department. Right. Which outside of that leaves our Village Hall staff, the community development, and the one we're missing. Who? The building department. Oh, building department. Yes. Yes. Sorry, Pete. So our building department, which is cool because they have a lot of efficiencies that they've been able to leverage with other municipalities. Yes, absolutely. I was just going to say that. So not only do they do the building inspections and permitting for Mundelein, but they also do it for Long Grove and Hawthorne Woods. Mm-hmm.
just like our police department dispatches for North Chicago and
Winthrop Harbor.
Yeah. So yeah, we take on other municipalities where we can, and we contract with those municipalities to,
and that's
a
revenue generator, right? Like,
correct.
So that allows us to. I think we had to hire on another inspector, but
we hired on another inspector, and we were able to through the fees coming from, I think it was Hawthorne Woods.
I think so too. Yeah.
That we were able to bring on another inspector that was doing half time for Hawthorne Woods, but the other half for us in Mundelein.
But Hawthorne Woods was paying for it.
Thanks, Hawthorne Woods.
Thanks, we'll take that. So these are the kind of creative strategies that our staff has come up with. You know, that they're not like sexy playmaking, you know, headlines that you're going to see every day, but there are things that are done.
Smart math.
Yeah, that are done behind the scenes to create efficiencies and new revenue sources and that kind of thing. So
right.
Yeah.
So that is a highlight of our staff.
Yeah.
We just wanted to talk about how who it is behind the scenes when we say staff. And while we say the word staff a lot, you know, there's people there with advanced degrees.
That are qualified, have degrees,
and just because they're there doesn't mean, this sounds really kind of weird to follow up with, that we don't do what they say. And I know that sounds weird, but we turn to them for advice. We turn to them for information quite a bit. But as the board, we set the vision and the policy for the future.
Right.
And staff has been really great at, they understand that role of what they do versus what the board does, but they also answer questions to make sure that we have the information that we need to set that vision for the future. To
either say yes or no,
to say yes or no,
or to make decisions. Yeah.
And I know that I have probably upset some of our staff members in some of my votes, and that's
our job, right?
Our
like
job
it's okay,
times,
and I feel like we still professionally get along with them well, and the goal is to like do it in a collaborative and like. I'll never like throw them under the bus, right? Or be accusatory. I will always just be factual to my ability. So
correct. Yep.
Yeah.
So you had some exciting news.
Well, I just want to say like it's summer and there's cool stuff to do.
No, there's hot stuff to do. Oh, see what I did there?
Remember we talked about Eric being a dad?
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Concerts in the park started back up.
I know, I can hear him in my backyard.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
We went this Sunday and it was so nice. And everyone was like, it's so hot. But it was really nice under the tree, super shady.
Yeah, it was hot.
Park Street on Friday nights is good. Although I'm like biased and I like Park Street like during the day when it's really quiet. And
have you seen those beanbag games with the Mundelein logo on them?
No.
It's fancy. I like it.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to go. I had kind of a crazy weekend last weekend, so
yeah,
didn't do any of the things. But there's so much to do to get around, get out. Just a selfish, shameless plug. We're having a cotton candy truck come to my neighborhood in end of June 23rd. So if anyone wants cotton candy, it'll be parked in front of our house. You guys can come buy some cotton candy and snacks and stuff. I think I'm also going to make that a bigger community event and like have out games and stuff for kids to play, because at least in my neighborhood, I feel like everyone's been shut up and doesn't know each other.
Should do like a block party.
Well, I'm not going to make it that crazy, but I was just thinking it would be nice to like just like have kind of like people to play around when there's a cotton candy truck there.
Approved.
Great. I have another book for you to read.
Okay.
I have to remember it.
I'm also going to throw in Community Days is on.
And the parade! Sorry, that was really loud. So if you were listening to this, I'm really sorry. So I just started reading about this thing called, and now I can't find it. I'm the worst. I'm so sorry. But it's called like the Teal Table Project, or the Teal... I can't remember. But it's a great resource for like trying to get to know your neighbors. So putting out basically the gist of it is you put out a teal picnic table, and on Friday nights everyone comes and like brings their own like food and drinks, and kids can play, and you guys can just hang out. So wherever the teal picnic table is, it's like a sign that they're like gonna have a thing on Friday nights.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a podcast and a book. I just started reading it, but I have to find a teal picnic table now too.
All right.
Or just a regular one.
Or just a regular one with a teal.
And just paint it teal.
Yeah. Or just a tablecloth. Whatever.
Painting it is better.
Totally.
So yeah, there's a lot going on. Community days, the parade, concerts in the park. Go eat dinner at Park Street. Barefoot Bay is open.
Eat dinner at other restaurants too.
All of these things.
Yep.
So yeah.
Did I see that the ice cream shop that had the fire?
La Michicana's open.
Yes.
That was so great. I was so excited when I saw that.
Their ice cream's amazing.
So Mangonada is my like favorite thing. It's like jam.
Strawberry cheesecake.
Oh, so good. So much to do. Go out, do the things. Yeah, we'll see you around town. Because
we're back next week after the board meeting.
Yeah, 6:15 we'll be recording.
Wait.
June 15th.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? I have to look at my calendar. I'm so stressed about that.
Eric's calendar's busy, so we'll stop rambling now.
All right. That's it. We'll see you next time.
Have a good week.
Have a good week. Bye-bye.